Yeah, yeah.
What is going on, guys? It's me, Miles46HD here, and welcome to today's video. Now, today's video is going to be, just let you know in advance, a bit of a ramble, but also something that I want to give my opinion on. It's the current situation between the two League One clubs, Bury FC and Bolton Wanderers Football Club as well. Now, there's a lot I want to talk about in this video, and it's been a very distressing time for not only Bolton Wanderers fans, but Bury FC. I mean, Bolton have been, I'm not going to say slightly in a better situation because they've actually played games, even though it was, I would say, a bit against the laws in football to play such a young team. But honestly, to even be able to have got a point currently in this ever so shaky start to the season, which may not even continue within the next 24 hours. And then Bury have just, they've not even played. It's very not good. That's not even English. But you know, it's not very good to hear what's going on with Bury either, because Bury have got 134 years of their club history potentially all going down the drain within the next 24 hours, and they have since Friday potentially had a deal, but it doesn't look like that's going to go through, which is not good for them at all, despite their deadline of Friday at midnight being extended to the end of tonight on Tuesday, which is when I'm recording this, obviously, because when the video is going to go out. But it is very bad, and I'm not going to lie, I feel like the EFL haven't done enough now. Also, what's really strange is I don't know how people who are fans of Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, all those sort of big clubs have been like, oh, we can't sign 130 million player. Well, how would you feel if you couldn't even sign a free transfer? A free transfer. There's no like transfer budget involved in that, but you can't even physically pay players' wages. Like, take away all these multi-millionaires, Russian, Saudi Arabian, all these big billionaire owners who are buying City, buying United, buying Liverpool, buying Arsenal, and putting all this money into the club, and they don't really care if they lose, like, I don't know, 4 or so million, because they'll be able to back it up again. I mean, I'm a United fan myself, and I feel for both these clubs, because it's not right how some people are taking the mick and saying, oh, good luck play against, like, hashtag United and that. And it's just horrible, because how would you like it if you were in this situation? Like, take away all these billionaire owners, Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, you will all be nothing if you didn't have that money from those billionaires. It's just obscene that people are thinking it's right to take the mickey out of a club who potentially, like Bury, had 134 years of history to their club, and it's going to go all down the drain potentially within the next 24 hours. I mean, I know I probably just rambled on there for a second, but it's disgusting, really. And I know there's only as much like social media sites can do to stop all these harassing messages and stuff that are being sent, but it's just sick, really. It's as sick as all these racist things that have been said to players after missing penalties, scoring own goals, and I know that's not what this video is about, but honestly, I just want to get that out of my head, and it's really unfair. And obviously, a good YouTuber friend of mine, Thogden, I'll leave a channel link in the description to his channel, obviously. He released a video an hour or so ago with a message to the EFL talking about his club's history and talking about how they haven't done enough. And I'm not going to lie, they haven't done enough at all. Like, they say, oh, we're giving them as much time as possible, but if you really, really, really cared about the football club, you put some kind of position in place, I don't know, like a backup fund. So, for example, if a club was to go into this situation, you basically give them a bit of leeway, which, to be honest, probably isn't the word I should be using, but it just basically gives them a chance to build back up, give them time to find owners, let them continue playing games, because for all the fans who have bought a season ticket going into these clubs, going into Bolton, going into Bury, they have got a potential that club could not even get them back the price of their season ticket. Like, I know you wouldn't buy a season ticket unless you knew what 100% was going on with the club, but some people had bought them ages in advance, thinking, oh, I can't wait for this season, can't wait to support my club again. It's just really, really sick to think that people put their hard-earned money going into watching this club, and to it potentially not even existing within the next day or so. It's just really obscene, and I know the EFL do as much as they can, but I really don't think they've done enough. And also, these owners that are coming in, like Thogden said in his video, the owners that are coming in and buying the club and thinking, oh, this could actually turn out quite well. It'll get us funds in. It'll potentially get us a better stadium. But then they go into financial difficulty and feel like they could just walk out. I mean, just think if an Arsenal, a Man City, a Man United owner did that. If they just walked out of the club, like if Pete Winkleman was to walk out of MK Dons in a financial difficulty with the big stadium we have, and that stadium just goes to pot. I mean, I'd probably prefer a smaller stadium in League One, but that's not what this is about. It's very, very bad to think that someone could just walk out on a club, no way of helping them. The same thing happened with Leyton Orient. They just went into absolute dismay with their owners because the owners just didn't help the club in any way, shape, or form. And yeah, I know some of my scholars will be thinking, oh, I'll be like, oh, calm down, mate. It's not your problem. It's not your team. But even though it's not my team, Thogden, if you're watching this, honestly, like, I feel for you guys. I sent you several messages, and I know you're probably getting sick of me saying the same sort of thing all over again. But if you're watching this, mate, you don't deserve any of this. I know I've said that like a million times, but they just don't. Like, Bury and Bolton just don't deserve this whatsoever. And if there can somehow be some kind of fan inputs, like fans of Bury, fans of Bolton. I mean, I'm personally, I'm not going to set up a GoFundMe page because even it's not really my club, and I wouldn't know how to get the money to the actual club in time. Because to make up potentially, I don't know how much they need, like 10k within 24 hours. It's possible, but I wouldn't know how to get the money to the club in time for the deadline. So I'd happily contribute to anyone who's got like a GoFundMe page, or any kind of way of giving money to Bolton and Bury FC. I'd happily give just some kind of contribution to help these clubs, because even though I'd probably be a rival and that during a game, to think the Bolton MK Dons game or the Bolton Bury game may not even happen is really bad. Like, the first game got suspended of our season, and I know that was not exactly Bury's fault personally, but financially with the club and the owners, it's their fault, because people want to go to their club every week to support them, and the fact that they're not even playing games and people are thinking of what to do with their Saturday afternoon where they could be watching a game, kicking off at 3 o'clock, enjoying seeing their team, meeting their favourite players, to think that might not even happen again this year, it's just mad. It's not what I want to see. And to the EFL, you guys just, as I said, you just need to do a bit more financially better. I mean, personally better. You're there for the club. Great. Personally, you're there for the club, but you're not financially helping the club. Like, the idea of an EFL organisation is to help teams in their desperate hour of need. I know there's only as much as you can do, and if you've done that, fine, brilliant. You've done the best you can. Unfortunately, it's going to be the end of the club. But, you know, I know some people are trying to make the laugh out of the situation, saying I wouldn't actually mind playing #Unite or anything. Bolton want to keep themselves going. They've been up and down in League One and the Championship, and to think that even if they finish this season, they're going to be in League Two with a massive stadium like the Dons were last year, it's horrible. It's horrible to think that Bury may not even be restarted, because there's been a chance that Bury are going to sell the stadium, knock it down, and that'll be it. They'll have to find somewhere else. And to think they may not even continue after them going to liquidation and starting up again is just bad for the club. There's this guy I saw on Twitter who doesn't follow any of the social media. He's a fan of, 80 years. He was a very, very old but very caring guy. He went to the club shop literally every day to see what was going to happen, whether the club would survive. And this has been, I know, a very, very rambling video, but I don't mean to be aggressive, but I've put my heart out for both these teams, and I really hope that the fans and just some kind of owner can pull together, so any people who are looking into buying a club. I mean, the people who may have put shares into the club, they're going to lose those shares, lose potentially a hell of a lot of money, which I know for them, they may be able to earn back in a normal job, but to think you may have something sat there and then it just disappear, it's like, just think if you buy a Ferrari, you think, oh my goodness, this is the most amazing thing, and then you suddenly can't afford the payment for the bills anymore for the Ferrari, and it suddenly just gets taken away from you. That's exactly the same with a football club. And even though some people are saying, oh, you're comparing a Ferrari to a bicycle, it's two completely different things. In some sense, that bike is the only potential hope of someone's travel. Like, the Ferrari is a luxury, but take away the Ferrari, take away all your finances from the big clubs and stuff, that disappears. And when that disappears, you realise how much you love this club. And with Bury and Bolton, that's exactly what it's like. It's very horrible to think of it like this, and you know, it's something that I just wanted to get off my chest personally. And I know I could have easily done it 24 hours later, like tomorrow or something, and then the clubs could have survived or could have gone into liquidation, and there wouldn't be any point in this video. But this is literally the last chance for Bury and Bolton. So literally, if anyone, like, physically, I don't know, maybe not rich people will be watching this video, but if anyone out there can just put their heart out and say, right, I want to help this club, I want to buy it, I want to take the time to care for it, because there are so many people that can be out there. And even if the Premier League has a system introduced where they can give a little bit of money down to the lower league clubs, so like Man City, they may not need, I don't know, 400k, but that could save Bolton, that could save Bury, that could potentially keep them going for at least a season, if not 2 or 3. But they need that money more than Man City, Man United, Chelsea and Arsenal, and even Tottenham do. Same with Liverpool. They've just won the Champions League. They've already got loads of funds from winning that. And if they could just take their time to help the lower clubs build up, because if you think about it, that fund could help the lower league clubs suddenly rise up the ranks and get to where they've always wanted to be in the Premier League, and potentially even Champions League, Europa League, winning trophies. It's not that easy for lower league clubs to do that because the money isn't there for them. And yeah, I mean, I've said a lot in this video, and I'm sure quite a lot of you are sick of it, but for the people who have stuck in this video, I thank you for that. It's been absolutely incredible, the support for my channel, and hopefully the support for this video will be able to get it out to the EFL and somehow be able to do something in time for this club, because, as I said, for like the millionth time, it'd be very sad to see them in this situation. And yeah, I know I probably talked really quickly in that video, so if it is, I'll try and do it again. But to be honest, there was so much that I wanted to get off my chest, and sometimes I even talk too quietly in videos, but you know, that's just how I speak myself. So I do hope you guys have taken this video into thought. I mean, I do hope you've enjoyed it as well, me giving my personal thoughts on these situations. But I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Please leave a like, comment, and do not forget to subscribe, and I'll see you all later. Peace!